cooled by coming in contact with seawater, the bubble bursts. What excites me the most about this volcanic eruption is that that on planet Earth, this is a process happening all the time, and yet we have never seen it happening in quite this way. The ocean floors are formed almost exclusively by volcanic activity. 80% of the volcanoes, 80% of the eruptions basically on Earth are happening underwater.
We are using every available resource to stop the oil from coming ashore. Over 1 million feet of barrier boom have been deployed to hold the oil back. Hundreds of thousands of gallons of dispersant have helped to break up the oil, and about 4 million gallons of oily water have been recovered. 13,000 people have been mobilized to protect the shoreline and its wildlife, as has the National Guard. I know BP is committed to pay for the response effort, and we will hold them to their obligation. I have to say, though, I did not appreciate what I considered to be a ridiculous spectacle during the congressional hearings into this matter. You had executives of BP and Transocean and Halliburton falling over each other to point the finger of blame at somebody else. For too long, for a decade or more, there's been a cozy relationship between the oil companies and the federal agency that permits them to drill. I will not tolerate more finger-pointing or irresponsibility.
Fish go through it and come out white.
Are you going to play golf with Tiger?
I'm going to play some golf.
As the president was being rushed to his next appointment, I had a chance to ask him about golf. He's gone golfing 7 times since he took office. Presidents from Dwight Eisenhower to Bill Clinton have often sought refuge on the links, and perhaps now we know why.
Golf. What does it do for you?
I was down there a month ago, before most of these talking heads were even paying attention to the Gulf. A month ago I was meeting with fishermen down there, standing in the rain, talking about what a potential crisis this could be. And I don't sit around just talking to experts because this is a college seminar. We talk to these folks because they potentially have the best answers, so I know who's asked to kick.
A devastating fire burns out of control in the Gulf. That story leads our headlines at the top of the hour.
Hello, I'm Tony Hayward, CEO of BP, a company that cares. Giant hole in the seafloor. Attention, careless, greedy idiots. Gulf of Mexico, planet Earth.
Tonight in the Gulf of Mexico, an explosion on a soon-to-be decommissioned oil rig triggered a fire which burned.
Hey, get out of there. Get out of there. You can see behind his daughter, the camera. I'm going to put this out there. You see behind his family to the right there, in the back. There's a famous one. Get him out. Get him out. Get him out.
Can we get back to this video? Let's watch this again. I'm just going to shut up and let's listen together. What's really going on here?
Oh, just compared other evidence.
Watch it, guys. Coming up to the 10.
Watch. 10. Holes.
You need to go a little bit further to your right. You'll step here and all. You're going to get out with the
You can't look. If you look, guys. Please, if you can't go back and stay over there, I'm not going to do a press conference. Okay? I'm trying to work. When I've done the work, I'll
Can we have a press conference?
Okay, yeah, please. We'll come back to you. We'll come back to you in a second.
Guys, we're going to go back to the press briefing right now.
Okay? We'll do it right over here.
We're going to go back to the press conference back here.
I guess America has a new chairman, Chairman Tony Hayward from the BP. It's ironic that it's BP, a Crown Corporation. The British Crown has been the mortal enemy of America right from the beginning, so it's fitting that she should be there to drive the last nail in the coffin. See him over there in Nick's TV set, ordering people around, telling this photographer not to take a picture of this and that photographer not to take a picture of that. That basically sums it up. BP's in charge. I've heard that they have private, mercenaries working there, and they're in charge of the National Guard for some reason. What happened to our rock star Antichrist anyways? when he was running for president, he had all these fiery Hitlerian speeches. He was considered a great orator. Now, every address he makes on the various endless disasters that we seem to have now sounds exactly the same as the last one. I think Pinocchio's more animated.
He's totally unemotional, and it's great, because emotion hurts decision making. But when it comes to the public part of the job, logic can maybe convince people, but only emotion can really motivate people. And when he strips that emotion out in public, people find him, I've got a chapter called Professor-in-Chief. He's too detached, and that hurt him.
When you're the President of the United States, you should speak of the office, and there are events and times and places where maybe you get fired up about things. It sounded like he was using this to try and prove that he's mad, and I think that's silly.
Look, this president has the Goldilocks problem. He's never hot enough or never cold enough. He's always sort of just right, and that sort of inflames people who want him to be really angry out there. They want him, that he should show more passion on an issue. But I think there's real questions. I mean, this president is challenged by so many problems. I mean, we talked about this. I mean, there are White House staffers who've told me that they wake up with nightmares about this gushing oil spill and just sort of taking over their entire agenda.
Goldilocks complex. Yeah, perhaps Obama's not too popular in the United States, but abroad the lizards love him. They're lavishing him with honors all over the place. According to New World Order, Brownstein just honored Obama by changing the name of the beach that our grandfathers went to and got slaughtered at the hands of the Nazis. Omaha Beach. Changed it to Obama Beach. Why? Obamaha Beach.
That when Winston Churchill regularly asked to see strategists who were planning D-Day, he never knew until they arrived at 10 Downing Street whether the officer would be British, Canadian or American. And so next to Obama Beach, we join President Obama in paying particular tribute to the spectacular bravery of American soldiers who gave their lives on Omaha Beach for people whose names they never knew, whose faces they never saw, and yet people who have lived in freedom thanks to their sacrifice and valor.
How can you say valor and Obama in the same sentence? Seems like the lizards are intent on slapping Americans right in the face right now. Flaunting it in their face that their country is dead. Going on to the coast now, you gotta wonder who's in charge. Yesterday some radio report came out. I'll leave the link in my description. It's pretty scary, man. It's like, basically it's martial law down there on the coast right now. And BP is controlling the flow of information. They basically got a blackout, a media blackout. That's why it's so hard to get anything out of there. Like, there must be a lot of action going on in there, but you don't see anything. Like, there's hardly any footage at all. Even Charlie Crist, the Florida governor, flew over the Gulf, and the Coast Guard wouldn't provide the footage that was taken. That's how much they want to keep that capped. That's about the only thing they're capping. they let us see a little bit more of the oil well, but you would think that by now, after a month and a half, that they would have had an ROV down there and showed us like the big Horizon platform that crashed on the sea floor. Didn't show anything like that. Just been giving us this keyhole view of things. Now their keyhole view is starting to look a bit like a volcano. It's got flames coming out of it. How can an oil gusher have flames coming out of it? Man, this story is looking really, really grim for all of us. There's already reports of toxic rain from all these chemicals falling on Texas, Florida, Louisiana. It's crazy, man. Well, I'll be back in the next round. Probably tomorrow, the next day. See you guys later.